Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to be bringing you 2 home decor DIYs. So let's jump right into DIY number 1. So for number 1, I have cut out these 4 words which say home, and I am using this Elmer's Clear Craft glue to put them together. And as you can see, the word that's closer to my hands there has been torn in half, so I'm going to put it on top of this layer that I'm putting the glue on, so it'll be more in the center of the layers and not on either the bottom outside or the top outside. And when you put these pieces on, you want to line them up so they all line up right on top of each other, so they look like chipboard wood, chipboard word. And if you have chipboard, you can use that to cut these out. I just used like a shirt box from Christmas, or you can use the boxes that cereal come in. Now, you do not want to use cardboard boxes. I personally have never tried chipboard. I think I do have a piece and I might try it eventually, but I just haven't done it yet. So I just put the glue on top of the letters here, and I really like this glue. And I went to the store to find me some more, but I couldn't find any, so I had to order some on Amazon. And I won't be getting it until like the second week of February. So I can't wait because I've run out and I don't have any more. And I use it a lot, especially on paper crafts. And once I get it, I will list it in the description box, not on this video, but on some later videos, because I like to get the product first and use it for a little bit before I put it in my description box, so that you know I do approve of it. Now this last word, I'm going to put it on the bottom. I didn't decide until later that it was going to be the bottom word. So normally what you would do is you would start with the bottom one and then work your way up. But I didn't realize I wanted this one to be the bottom until later. So we're going to stack these other 3 that are hooked together on top of this one. So normally when I do these words, I would do 4 cuts of the word and put them together. That makes a pretty good thick piece, more like the chipboard. And you do want to make sure it's all lined up. Now I did get this home word out of Design Space, and it did have, see where the paper or the chipboard, whatever, is coming off of the E there. It was coming off of the H too, but I didn't want that, so I just cut that part off of each word before I hooked it together. And now I just have some black acrylic paint from Apple Barrel and a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to daub the black paint on. And I just do the top of the word. I don't worry about the sides or anything like that. And that's kind of why I like to use the sponge dauber, because it'll just get on the top of the word. You don't have to worry about the rest of it. And it does give it a little bit of texture, which I like. And the word is home. And this is a board piece that I got from Goodwill, I think for $3.99. And it used to be a piece from one of the larger stores. I don't remember where. It could have been Kirkland's. It could have been somewhere else. I really don't remember. But I'm just taking all the stickers off, and as you can see, it was, I don't know, either $19.99 or $29.99. I can't really see it. And now I'm just taking the staples out of the back of the piece. Now I did get this staple remover from Amazon, and it is listed in my description box, and I really like it. I used to just use a flat tip screwdriver, and this staple remover works a lot better. So I'm just going to paint this whole thing with some kind of off-white Kilts paint that I had left over. It was house paint. So I'm just going over this bee first, and then I'll go over the whole piece. Now I'm going around the little edges there, and it has like some scalloped edges. I really like this frame, and I pretty much liked it the way it was, but I did get a little bit of paint on it, so I figured I just need to go over the whole thing with a little bit of the paint. I didn't put a whole lot on it. Now I'm just taking my dauber with a little more paint on it to go over the inside portion. And here I am with my words. Everything is painted and dry. There's my home, and then I have this vinyl cutout for my Cricut. And I did make this up myself from the piece that I saw. It was either from Kirkland's or Kohl's. I don't remember. I just liked it. It says home. It is, it gives you the pronunciation of home, and then that it's a noun. And then it gives a little description of what it means. I just thought it was pretty cool. So the vinyl that I used for this is some vinyl that I got off of Amazon. And I did put the link to it in the description box. I did like it. It was my first time using it, I believe. But I got like 50 feet of it, and it was a decent price, let me tell you. It was a whole lot cheaper than getting it at the store. So it's a matte vinyl, matte black vinyl. I forget the brand of it, but I will have it listed in the description box. Now I'm just going to take some more of that clear Elmer's glue, craft glue, and I'm going to glue down the word home. So here I am putting the glue on it. Gonna add it to my piece, and I like how this turned out. So it's kind of like the definition of what you would find in dictionary. And I don't remember exactly what it says, but I do like what it says. And now we'll go on to our last DIY, number 2. Now, this is another one that I found either in Kirkland's or Kohl's that I liked. And I did like this sign here. It said, "Be brave," and it had, actually, you know what? This is not one that I saw anywhere. This is one I made up myself. So it has the arrows around the sides of this decor piece, and I left those on. And this whole thing was already white, and I just sanded off the brave and the saying on it. And then I cut out a mandala with my Cricut, and I just used some of this vinyl that I picked up from Hobby Lobby after graduation last year. And it was just a 12 by 12 sheet. And I thought, since I wouldn't be using it because no one else is graduating in 2022, so I would just use it as a template for like a stencil. So I'm just taking the design off the mandala itself. And actually, I keep it. It comes off in one piece, and I put it on the backing of this piece here. And I keep it for a future DIY that I might be doing. And now I'm just taking some adhesive backing, and that's what I'm going to use as my transfer sheet. So it's just some clear backing that my husband had. Now I got to get it off of my mat there. And I did pick this design off of Design Space, just the way it was. I didn't alter it except to change the size of it. And I'm just burnishing it down onto the transfer paper. Now there are lots of little cut pieces on here, so you got to take your time with it. There it is. And there's the mandala itself, so I put it on a piece of paper there. And you can't really tell from that, the way it's cut out and everything, that it's graduation 2022 vinyl. So I might be able to use it for something. Now I'm just pointing that I want to make sure that my hanger is at the top of my design there. And I'm just going to lay it out on top. I'm just measuring it to see where exactly I want it to lay. I want to try to get it as even as possible. So once I have it where I want it, then I'm going to press it down. And you can see my ring light there in the reflection. I did get that for Christmas, and it is in my description box. I got it from Amazon, and I really like it. So I have a little camera, and it goes into the center of the light there. So I'm just taking the transfer tape off. making sure my design is all laid down. And there was one piece that didn't stay where it needed to stay, so I'm just taking it and laying it down. And then I'm actually going to use a Maker Studio black ink for this project. So it's just some that I've had for probably a couple years now. And as you can see, I don't have a whole lot left. So I'm just trying to use it up. So it's black. And then I'm using a squeegee just to squeegee it on there. And now you can see the design come to light. And when I get done with this, I do not put anything on top of it because this is ink. I don't think it's going to come off. You could spray it with some clear matte finish if you want. You could even put Mod Podge on top of it once you're done, but I did not do any of that. So once I have it all done, now I'm going to remove my, for lack of a better term, stencil. So the pieces of my vinyl there, I have to remove them all. And unfortunately, when it was coming up, some of the paper, and I didn't realize it was paper on my design, was coming up because you saw me use the finger sander earlier, which by the way is also in my description box. And I sanded the top of that and it didn't act like paper. So I didn't understand that. So I don't know about this piece. But a little bit of it did come up and it was acting like paper. But I worked through it and, you know, it's probably not the best design ever. But I think it's good enough. So I'm just taking these little pieces of the vinyl off of here because I did use it as a stencil. And this does take a little while to do this. Not going to lie about it. But that's what it looked like afterward, and I thought it looked pretty good. So these arrows I got in a package of 2 from the Dollar Tree. I got a white one and a black one. And I'm just putting some of this foam sticker tape on here. It's a double-sided and it has foam in the middle. Because it stuck up a little bit, I wasn't able to use double-sided tape. So the pieces of foam worked a whole lot better. So I'm going to put the arrows where the points are pointed down towards the bottom of this, and I'm going to do them at an angle. So the black one's going from one side to the other side, and then the white one will go in the opposite direction. Now the white one, to have it be the way we need it to be, I'm going to have to cut it. So I'm just making a mark on it, and then I'm going to use my miter shears to cut it, and those are also in the description box. And like I say, I won't put anything in the description box that I don't use myself and like. So again, I'll use some more of those foam pieces to attach this white arrow on the design piece here. And I just thought, you know, the arrows go pretty good with mandalas. How do you say it? I guess mandala. I thought it was kind of boho chic. And the piece already had the arrows going all the way around the box. So I thought that was pretty cool too. I just left it. And I didn't even have to paint this piece. So that was a plus. Now this white arrow, I do get it on there a little crooked. But I do fix it. You're not going to be able to see when I fixed it because I'd already taken the pictures and everything. I fixed it later on. But I thought it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think about these two projects. Is this something that you might try? Or is this something you're just going to leave alone? I did have to use a thicker foam dot for this piece here because it was just it wasn't touching the board, so I needed the arrow to actually touch the board with the foam on it. So this piece of foam was a lot thicker than the other foam I was using. Anyway, I liked how it turned out. There it is. And there are both of them. So we have our home and then our mandala with the arrows. Both of them black and white pieces. I think black and white looks so good. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please think about doing so. And if you know others who might like this type of decor, please share my video with them.